concession stands. This is a training video here, how to get going on and starting up the concession stands, getting it ready for the day. The first thing that you want to do when you come on shift, make sure you punch in, then you'll go back to the sink and wash your hands. All right, here at the sink, this is where you will wash your hands. Now, if you don't know, at the sink, here are some directions that are posted right up above the sink of how to wash your hands. One thing you need to be careful of is making sure that you are using hot water and soap on the hands. What we've got here on the directions is you will wet your hands first. So this sink is the sink that is used for washing your hands. You do not use the dishwashing sinks. That's a no-no. You must use this sink. Make sure you turn on the warm water first. Wet your hands. Step 2, you need to get some soap in your hands, and it's located just above the sink, and you scrub them for at least 15 seconds. Now what I do with my kids at home, sing the ABC song, and then you'll be able to know that you got it for at least 15 seconds. Once you've scrubbed them down, make sure you rinse them off. Turn off the water. Then over here is the paper towels. You pull out a couple of paper towels, wipe your hands off. Make sure. Our next part of getting the concession stands ready for the day is you want to come in and start getting your warmers ready. So here we have these 2 warmers. One's for the churros and pretzels and one's for the pizzas. So in these ones, what you'll need to do, each one of them has an area to fill water. First thing I want to do is turn them on, make sure the power's on, and the temperature is set. It'll bring them up to temperature. Once that's done, I want to make sure that there is water here inside. You should see a water fill line, and you should be able to fill it here. If you don't fill it up, it does not keep the food moist and warm at the same time. We do not want our food to be dry and cracky. So that's how to get your warmers set up for running. All right, the next thing, after we get the warmers done, we want to make sure that we get our nacho cheese and our chili machines warmed up. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we turn them on in the back, and we just flip them to the on position. Now, if you look inside here, you'll want to get your cheese and your chili. You'll need to go to the fridge and get it to load it up. All right, now I've got the chili and the cheese from the fridge. What I want to do is get it in the warmer. So the first things I do, I take out this tray because that's to heat up the next tray in case we have large volume coming on. Chili doesn't necessarily have it. So make sure you take this knob, turn it counterclockwise, then you'll take your chili, set it up into the warmer tray, pull the hose down through it, and then snake it through the thing here, and then close it in tight, and then put this tray back in there. Now your chili is getting warm. Next thing, you follow up with the cheese. Take the tray out, take your cheese, put it in the warmer tray, make sure the hose is down, take it, snake it through, close it tight, otherwise you're not going to get it to come down. Then you take your warmer tray, put the second bag of cheese in because we do go through a lot of nachos, so we're going to have that heated up already, so we're ready for it when we need it. Then we close that and it's ready to go. So now these are getting warm. The next thing that you want to do is also turn on your hot dog warmers. Now these should be cleaned very well at night. A lot of times you forget to keep it on warm. There is a green and yellow sponge. Get that wet with hot water and then just go back and forth. Make sure this is turned on to at least low or 2 while it's heated, and then you can scrub each one of the rollers first so you have a clean surface before even starting. A lot of times closers do not clean it, so it's always good because it's out in the open to make sure that this is clean before actually putting it on. Okay, this next bit is getting your soda machine ready to go. So one thing that's very important with how our soda dispenser goes is it needs to have ice in it. Now the ice helps with the CO2, the fizzy stuff, so that it stays in there, because if it's warm it just escapes so fast. So as it's mixing the water, the syrup, and the CO2, it needs to be in a colder environment. So having ice in the bin is very important when you first get here. So when you serve your first soda, it tastes crisp and clean and just very nice, and how it would come out of a bottle. So first thing you want to do is take off this lid, all right? We'll just set it right here. Then we're going to fill it with ice. So we come over to the ice machine and we grab the transferred gray bin and the blue scoop. Open up the ice bin, set the gray bin right here, and start scooping ice into it. You'll want to hold the bin up here so it doesn't fall down. Once you have a full container of ice here, you'll pick it up, set it into the ice hopper at the top, and you'll continue this process until it gets all the way full. That's how to prep the ice to get in there. Our next part that we want to go over, since we've got the ice in here ready to go, make sure that the ice hopper has this on top. Because you don't want you want the lid on there, because you don't want to have dust going on the ice, because once it goes in on the ice, you'll get little particles in your drink, and you don't want to have someone coming back and saying, hey, I got this little bug in here or something. So we want to make sure we do that. Now, the next part is setting up the nozzles from the night before when they were clean up into the soda machine itself. So you'll go back to the sink and you'll pull out the blue bowl that has sanitizer water in it with your nozzles. You'll take this blue bowl and drain the sanitizer water, then run hot water over it to get it rinsed out with sanitizer so that you don't have that sanitizer taste. So we're going to go do that at the sink right now. All right, now I've come back from the sink and these have been rinsed out very thoroughly with hot water. Just water only, rinsed out. Now you're going to have different types of nozzles. You're going to have black ones, you will have a white ones, and you'll have yellow ones. The black ones are for the sodas right here that have carbon dioxide in it, the fizzy stuff. The white ones are for the drinks that do not have carbon dioxide in them. And the yellow one nozzles go on top of the syrups for the snow cones. So as I'm prepping this, I'm going to take a black one, and notice there are two parts to it. All right, so there's this one that has the hole right through it, and then there's the mixer. Now the mixer, you want to have the gasket, the red gasket, to be in the up position, and then you just snap it in place. The next part, you're going to bring it here, and you'll notice there's little grooves right here that has to fit in here. Don't try to slam it in there. You'll sit there, you'll look at the hole, and then twist it until it slides right up in there. Once it slides in, twist it another 1/8 of a turn till it locks in place. Then it will mix the soda correctly with the water and the carbon dioxide. Do that to finish out all the sodas. The next thing you will want to do is take the white ones. Now, I look at these white ones, we've lost a couple. Some of them look like they have been slammed up in there because there are pieces missing. Don't slam them in there. They also have that center piece there, and it has to be centered. Make sure that black gasket is centered. Then you bring it right up here and put it in, and see it doesn't fit right. So you also want to make sure you look and get it centered, and then twist it again, just like what you did with the black ones. Now you'll notice we have all 3 of them in there. They were ordered and Pepsi's brought them by, so do not lose these. They are very rare because this machine's a little bit older. It's like an antique, okay? You have to treat it very nice. Then we'll use these yellow ones to fill up, put on top of the snow cone flavors. This is how to get your soda machine ready for the day. All right, concession workers, what we're going to talk about right now and train you on is filling this red cooler and preparing it to chill your water bottles. What we want to do is we're going to use these water bottles and we're going to sell them for $1 a piece. So first of all, I'm going to take some ice and move this ice, put a layer of ice to the bottom of this cooler. So I get a little bit of ice in there. Then I'm going to take these waters and we're going to start selling these. So I got to get them chilled overnight. And so we're going to take these waters, so I'll cut them up and put them in there. All right, so we open it up, and I just start throwing some waters in there towards the bottom. Okay, put about a case or two in. You know, I just want a couple of cases in there, so I'll fill this one until I get a layer of water bottles. And then I go back to the ice machine and put another layer of ice. So I'll continue to do this until this is full with all the water bottles. This will help get it chilled out for that time. Now, with that, at the end of the day, I'm going to take this, and I have this little spout that's yellow here at the bottom. There's a valve on there. You want to open it up and make sure that it's pointed towards the drain, and it's right over there, to drain any excess water. Then it just has the ice in there. Then we repeat it every day so we can sell the water. Once again, it will be ready on the iPad to sell. This has been a training video for Spanish Word Water Park Concessions.